Today we're talking about how building relationships is like building furniture. The bookshelf that I was building on last stream has been completed. And I was actually recording parts of the process. I live streamed part of it and then my phone died. And I actually went through the process of recording some so I could make it into a video. But I wanted to give you guys a preview because I realized in the process that building furniture is exactly like building a relationship. And the more I built the furniture, the more I realized, like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly like building a relationship. So we're going to talk about what I've learned in the process of building furniture, building this thing, which is supposed to take two people to build, by the way. Did it all by myself. How does this relate to building a relationship? And how can this help you in building a relationship? Most people at the very end only see. Let me double check to make sure this is going. Yeah, most people at the end only see how things have developed. They only see the end product. They don't see the process that goes into it. And because we don't get an insight into the process of building furniture or relationships, we don't understand that they require work. I made an order for something that I wanted, and it was going to take time. Like today's Wednesday. This thing was supposed to show up on, I think it was projected to show up on September the 2nd. But because I put in the order and I knew what I wanted, I knew that it would show up in the perfect time. Sure enough, it showed up on Tuesday, way faster than what I expected, which happens a lot in relationships. When you start putting out the signal or the desire for the type of relationship that you want, don't be surprised if it shows up a lot quicker than you expect. That's okay. It's part of the process, part of the fun. Ordering some food right now so I can actually make this a legitimate lunch stream. I haven't done a lunch stream in a while. I don't think I need priority on this one. Anyway, back to talking about. Hey, what's up? What's up? We're talking about relationships and me ordering food while we discuss stuff on relationships. Okay, so. Hey guys, what's up? So, we're talking about relationships and how relationships is like building furniture. So, in the process, I made an order for the thing that I wanted, and I knew it was going to be a process. The entire thing showed up not built. Of course, why would it show up built? Why would it show up pre-made? But some people, when they're in the process of learning like manifestation or building relationships, they expect the relationship to be already pre-done, like everything set. That's not how relationships work. Relationships come with instructions and the right materials, but those materials need to be put together in the right way. So you may end up having a relationship that seems like it's going to be good, and it will be good, but it will require some work and some effort. And mind you, when I looked at this thing, I was like, oh shoot, this is gonna take me 2, 3 hours, maybe longer. It said 2, 3 hours if you're working with another person. I didn't have another person. I just did it myself. I wasn't gonna have my pregnant lady help me with this. I was gonna do it all by myself. So being there, I realized that I was going to have to figure this out. And to be honest, in the beginning, it was overwhelming because I knew how much work I was gonna have to put into getting this thing done, and I procrastinated for a while until I realized, you know what? Let me just start. Let me just start and get the first step. And that's why I started the first live stream while I was in the process of getting some of the parts done. And you would think that everything would happen beautifully, wonderfully, swimmingly, because I had all the instructions there. That wasn't the case. In the process, when I started putting together each of the pieces, it took a while, especially like getting things started. That took quite a while to get the first couple of pieces because I remember it was this piece here, this piece on that side. and getting the first couple of screws in. Once I got the first couple of screws in, everything seemed fine, and stuff seemed pretty cool during the stream. I was learning where to put the screws in, having fun, talking to people. But after my phone died in the stream, I had these stacked vertically. Shouldn't have done that, because the way I had it stacked, it wasn't solid. So once it started tilting to the side, the entire thing just collapsed, and like the parts started breaking off. And I was pissed. I was honestly pissed off because I had spent so much time in this process. I had already been on stream for over an hour. So I'd already been working on this thing for over an hour, and then to have it just like fall apart or break pissed me the hell off. So immediately I'm like, I'm so glad that this didn't happen on stream. I'm so glad nobody else saw this. Let me go and eat dinner with the girls. So I went to go have dinner to just like relax and decompress, because it was a really stressful situation, which happens a lot in dating. If you're trying to build a relationship, there are going to be moments where things fall apart, and that's okay. It's part of the process. No matter what's broken, no matter what's been messed up, things can still get fixed. And after I rested, relaxed, and came back to it, I realized, okay, this isn't awful. This isn't terrible. This is something that I can actually fix. And I started putting it back together. And because I had the experience of what I did before, putting it back together for like the first half, which is the first bottom half, which is this, the shelving, this middle part, and that other side, it happened much faster than it did the first time, because I had learned in the first cycle. Like the first time that I did it before it fell apart, I learned how I was supposed to do it. So I was able to go through it much faster, which is the same thing that happens in relationships. You're supposed to go to the point of failure where things start falling apart, and after you rest, relax, you get back into it. But you'll notice that the next time that you go back into it, you'll be able to progress much faster because you already learned what you knew from before, which happens in relationships. You may end up in a relationship where things fail and they fall apart, but the things that you learned about being a better partner make it so that you can progress deeper into the relationship much quicker than you did the first time, where you learn stuff like communication, conflict resolution, how to deepen relationships, how to deepen intimacy, how to be vulnerable with another human being. And if you're willing to go back into it, you can actually progress deeper into a relationship much faster than you did before, which is a beautiful experience, especially if you find somebody that you're really, really into, that you really think is absolutely beautiful, like the shelf back here. You get the opportunity to experience the depth of the relationship really quickly. Now, mind you, once I got to the point where I finished that portion, I got to the next set of steps, and I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, these shelves are too high. Like, I needed to slide in the back pieces, and the shelving was too high. And as I stood there looking at it, I was like, oh, shoot. I may have been able to do it faster, but I did it wrong. One thing was aligned the wrong way. I flipped it over, and because I flipped it over, the entire, like, I had to undo all the work that I did, which is also frustrating. When you're able to move faster, you might end up having work that gets undone or needs to be undone. And a lot of people will just give up when they realize, oh my God, I progressed this far in my relationship. Things seem absolutely wonderful and amazing. And then you freaking hit a bottleneck where you're like, oh my gosh, now I have to rebuild stuff. Now I have to go back. I don't want to go back. I don't want to redo stuff. What's up, X? Hey. Hey, if you guys have any questions on building relationships and manifesting relationships, drop them down in the comments. Or where are you tuning in from? I always love where you guys are tuning in from, because I have people on the streams and on the channel who are all around the world. I got clients who've found me on the channel who are in Germany, I got people in Germany, a lot of people in Canada actually, California, New York, Texas, people, Mexico, people from all over. So let me know where you guys tuning in from on the stream. Oh, what's up? Welcome. Got another Canadian. Where you at in Canada? I was having a conversation. I got call later on today with a client that I have who's based out in Vancouver. Oh, that's so funny. I got somebody else from Germany here. Where are you based out in Germany? So while I talk to you guys about where you're from, hey, drop down where you guys are tuning in from in the comments and let me know your questions. Like, what are you guys doing? I thought you said I need to wear my glasses. I thought you said tornado for a second, dude. Okay, Toronto. It's nice. I've had clients out in Vancouver and Ottawa. Was it Ottawa? Was it in Ottawa? Yeah. Robinson was in Ottawa. Or Ontario. No, I think it was in Ottawa. Ottawa, if I'm not mistaken. Wiesbaden. Awesome. Okay. Well, what are you guys doing? What are you guys trying to do in your relationships? Let me know how things are going in your relationships and what are your goals? What are you trying to get to? And now, as you guys answer those questions, I'm going to keep going. I realized that I needed to literally undo all the work that I did. And I could have sat there crying about it, being bitter about it, but I didn't. I was like, okay, I know how to do this. I know how to do this quicker. Let me just undo it. But I need to be more mindful next time of how things are put together. So I undid the work that I had. I didn't have to undo everything, but I undid the two main parts, flipped it over, and had everything like slided perfectly. And I'm like, okay, this is great. This means that I can actually move a lot quicker for the next one, but I need to make sure that I'm double checking that things are in alignment, which is so important in relationships. You can put in all of the effort and work into a relationship, but if you get into a relationship where things are not in alignment, you will have to feel like you're going back to square one. And that's why it's so important early on in your relationship that you spend time thinking about alignment. Like, is this person aligned with me? Is this person aligned with what I ultimately want? Are they in alignment with my dreams? Do they want to like care about me and be there for me in the way that I need? Do they fit like the lifestyle that I want? Are we astrologically compatible, which is probably one of the easiest ways to test compatibility and alignment between you and another individual. And if you put in all the work and effort into your relationship, it doesn't matter how much effort and work that you put in. If things are not properly in alignment, you're going to end up, when you try to progress to a new level or level up in your life, that's when you'll notice that alignment is a problem. When you try to get a new job or transition into a new career, that's when you're going to notice the issues in alignment with your relationship. Or if you decide that you want to be a parent and that other person isn't for it, or this person wants to move somewhere for their job. If there's misalignment in your values, in your dreams, in the desired lifestyle that the two of you want, it doesn't matter how much effort and how much skill you put into the act of making that relationship work, it's going to be a problem. You're going to have to, and most of the time you're going to have to take things apart again and start from ground zero. Don't do that. Make sure that you're testing and you're courting people to find out, am I actually in alignment with them before going deeper in the relationship? And if I would have done that earlier in the example with the bookshelf, I wouldn't have had to take things apart. But you best believe after I had to take things apart, I double checked alignment to make sure that everything is properly set up the way that it needs to be before I got into it. The next phase and the next set of things that happened afterwards was at a certain point, my hands were getting hurt because I was using a tiny little screw. And the tiny little screwdriver worked really well for the earlier parts, but as I continued progressing, this is a tiny little screwdriver. This is a little baby screwdriver. It worked really well for the first part because I was just doing small little screws, these little tiny things. But when I actually needed to drive nails into the back to build a strong backbone for this structure, I needed something bigger. Now, even though this tool was able to help me in the process that I was in the beginning, I needed to bring in bigger tools because it was hurting my hands and it was more difficult. And that's one thing that happens in relationships. Whenever we learn certain tactics or use certain things that work for a certain level in our relationship, those tools that we have in terms of like conflict resolution, loving our partners, um, having intimacy and dates. Some of them work for earlier phases, but we need something that's a little bit more heavy duty when we move into the next phase of our life and of our relationship. If you're moving and transitioning from being a casual relationship to moving in together with your partner or marriage, you're going to need heavier duty tools that you didn't require earlier. And it's because you need something, you have more strength. I think my food just made it here. I need to go get my food. Okay, I comprehend. I wasn't the one aligned, but I do it the Neville Goddard way. Hardest was not focusing on the outside. She reflected every aspect of me that was wrong with me. Yeah, that's what happens in relationships. If you're if you're desiring to have a wonderful and amazing relationship, one of the things that you have to understand is certain relationships. It doesn't matter how much energy you put into the Neville, even using Neville Goddard manifestation processes. Certain relationships that you try to make work just aren't aligned with you. Like I had certain people that I dated, like back in when I was younger, like high school and stuff like that. I thought they were amazing. They were wonderful. Like I have a friend, great, still a friend to this day. She was somebody that ended up becoming my best friend, and I wanted to be with her. I thought it had to be that person. It had to be her. But after we actually ended up in a relationship together, I realized that we had things that just didn't gel well together. Like our desires and our dreams for how our relationships were going to be, they just weren't in alignment. She wanted to have a boring, simple life where she didn't do much. Um, Had a simple, her dog and her little tiny dog and a simple house with nothing else. There was really no other big desires outside of that, which is just very different from what I wanted for my life. I knew that I wanted to be an artist. I knew I wanted to be a writer, a speaker. I wanted somebody who really desired to cultivate a home environment, who wanted to be domestic, who wanted to have kids, who wanted to raise them our way at home. And if I would have gotten what I wanted, which I did to a certain degree, if that relationship would have progressed, it would have been a mess because I wouldn't have gotten what I ultimately wanted and she wouldn't have gotten what she ultimately wanted. So even though at one point she was the thing that I desired, there was an alignment between the two of us and things needed to be taken apart and fall apart in the relationship so that I could have the relationship I have now. I wouldn't have my daughter if that relationship wouldn't have fallen apart. So sometimes when things don't work out, it's supposed to be that way. Like that's how it's supposed to work. That's how it's supposed to happen. You're supposed to not have all your relationships work out because more than likely there are things that just don't fit the two of you. And then once I went through all that whole process, I was able to get I had to be creative at certain points, especially when it came to like sticking the two parts together because these are like two halves. There's the top half and the bottom half, and you had to stick the top half on the bottom half, and it's pretty heavy, so I had to like lay it down on the bed and then slide it in and then push it back up. But I was able to do it. I was able to get it done. And now anybody who looks at that beautiful bookshelf will not know the process that went through it. My hand's still a little bit sore, actually, through the whole process. Nobody's going to understand that. But what they will understand is that, oh, this is something that looks nice. Looks cool in the background. But for me, I know the process that I went into creating it, and I appreciate everything. And I can use that as an opportunity to help other people build the bookshelves of their lives. The bookshelf that they use to place the photos of the moments that they have together with their loved one. Those moments like the wedding, birthdays, anniversaries, the birth of their kids. Matter of fact, I need to get some pictures to go throw up on there now that I think about it. So ask questions. What kind of questions do you guys have about bringing in your ideal relationship? I'm gonna go grab my lunch while we ask and answer questions. Let's go. Let's go get lunch. I was gonna get a sneaky lunch. Daddy was gonna get a sneaky lunch.
Yeah, I see that. I thought you got so frustrated. I was like, only one drink and it's chai. Ooh.
Daddy, we got donuts.
I was gonna get a sneaky lunch.
Donut
This is
for
good.
you,
This is easy for
Dada.
asparagus.
We did half of it.
Eat the donut.
This is good.
A donut,
You
Daddy.
can have it. This yours.
Daddy, a donut. A donut. A
Mhm.
donut.
Oh, yeah, but I want her
That
to
was
eat
good.
like fufu.
Yeah, Daddy, the donut for you. It's a donut, Daddy. Daddy, a
Oh,
donut.
that's an apple
donut,
fritter.
donut,
There
Daddy.
is one, baby. I saw it.
Is
Isn't that it?
That's an apple fritter.
Okay, but isn't that what you were looking for?
It's an apple fritter.
No, the thing is, there's another half of this. I thought it was a full one.
Oh.
And this is an apple
It's a
fritter.
lunch stream.
Oh,
No.
Here, eat
shit.
it.
Not camera ready.
Eat it, Daddy. Eat it. Eat
Okay,
apple
camera
fritter.
ready.
Eat this apple fritter.
It's the apple fritter.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a pumpkin. It's a pumpkin. It's a pumpkin donut.
And this is it's a donut.
Alright, Sophia, so then we're gonna go stop at the tea shop then to go get some tea.
Mhm.
I need me a little drinky drink
Mhm.
before I go to the doctor.
I thought you ladies was gonna leave already.
Huh? Oh, I know. I was like, it's just, I heard Sophia talking to someone. I was like, oh, you talking to your dad? And she goes, no, the man at the door. And I was like, ah! I was like, time to defend my family, my martial arts training.
Does not.
And then it was a guy there.
Mhm.
And he's like, I didn't want to leave it alone with her. And I was like, oh my
Wait,
god.
let that. My turn to see it.
Oh my god, I thought I was going to have to like defend my family. I didn't even think of calling for your help. I was just ready to.
You could defend the family. Nobody. You're tiny, Mr. Defense.
Yeah, but I have a
Dad,
killer
this is a
instinct.
baby fucking named baby.
Mhm. What's up, guys?
I'm
And
dead.
you, do my belly.
Oh, you didn't see it? Come look.
Oh, your shelf?
Yeah. I gotta show mommy the shelf. She hasn't seen it yet.
A tea house. I want to get I want some caramel right. Oh my god. You know, I was thinking it would be so great if you were to put your bowl up there.
That was the point of getting the bowl too, is to have it on the shelf.
Just flex.
Well, not really a flex. I just needed a place to put it, and it made sense to put it on a shelf.
So beautiful.
Also beautiful. You like it?
Yeah, it's so rain. So big, big, good. So beautiful. Wow.
Thank you. So
Look at
beautiful.
the box
Very
now.
beautiful.
It's so beautiful and cozy, and you know it.
It is
It's so
lovely.
beautiful and lovely. It's so beautiful and cozy, and I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it too. I feel the same way.
All right, come on, beautiful cozy.
There's also you can also use my other incense thing.
Oh yeah, I need one of the incense things in there.
I'll put it for you. Well, I mean, you can decide where it is, but it's around here. I saw it. It's somewhere.
So,
Okay.
what are your questions related to your relationships, people?
We gotta go.
Hey, you gotta go. You got your.
I gotta stop at the tea place. Give me some tea. You want some tea?
No, I'm
Oh, I
good.
can't come back and get a tea. The tea house is further than the house is.
Yeah, go enjoy your tea. Enjoy your stuff.
I love tea.
All right, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm just going to end. Either way, see you guys later. I'll make another.